Landmine here. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to replace a 7-pin connector for towing on my truck. Recently built up some corrosion and I'm not getting the connection that I need, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace it. A couple of the protective covers broke off, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with my 12mm wrench, and that's going to disconnect the battery. Whenever I'm working on the terminals, especially when I have straight power coming from my battery to the back, I want to make sure that's disconnected so I don't short my wiring harness. So we'll go ahead and do that, and after I do that, then we'll get back to the rest of the project. Alright, so now that I have the battery terminal, or the negative terminal taken off, I'm going to go ahead, go underneath, and just clip the little tie downs that I have holding the wires underneath. And so we'll go ahead and get that done. So now that I have those wires clipped, I'm going to go ahead and undo the ground that I have underneath with the just for the 7-pin. Alright, so now I have it completely unhooked, so I'll go ahead and remove this face here. Alright, so now that I have all the tie downs already cut, I'm going to go ahead and just unscrew this. I got one already undone. I used this 9mm for this one, and a flathead. Something I did just realize is that when I picked up the new 7-pole harness, that it had been open. I looked at it, I figured they're just looking, but apparently they stole all the screws. I just realized there weren't any of the bolts. But I still have the same port, the same brand, so I'll just be careful not to strip them out so I can reuse them. So just a little tip that make sure all your items are in the stuff when you buy it. So you can see I'm wearing these rubber gloves. One nice little trick is with these small little nuts, you really don't need much pressure. So I was actually able to just have enough grip with this glove to stick my finger up on the nut and then back out the bolt. This should just pull out nice. Okay. So there's the removal. So now that I have this old one removed, we're ready for the most part to install the new one. However, I don't know with all vehicles how that really works, but with the Dodge, especially this is an 06 Ram, that the actual hole is smaller than the back here. So what I did when I put this on a few years ago, I actually had to use a Dremel just to shave off some of this extra plastic. So if you don't have a Dremel, you can use a just a file. So that's actually what I'm going to be using on this new one. I do have a Dremel, but I thought we'll give it a shot just with this other file here. So what I'll be doing is actually just taking off a little bit right here. We'll see how this works. And I might even just switch over back to the Dremel if this really is too much. And we'll see how this works. Alright, so that actually worked really well. I didn't take off as much as I did on the older one with the Dremel. I actually like this a little better. Actually, there's no real slop in it. So we'll go ahead and pull that out. What's nice, so this one here actually has a 4-way plug in it, so it has your right, left turn signal and your brake light. This blue line is for the braking for your trailer. Black is going to be the power, and purple, you know, I'm contemplating if I'm going to actually snip that off or not. This is just a backup light. I don't have any wiring for a trailer backup, and yeah, I don't have any backup lights on my trailer anyway, so whether or not I use it, I may cut it and then just, I don't know, do something else with it. Go ahead and zip tie it up. So these are the two 4-pin connectors that I'll be using the dielectric grease on, and so we'll go ahead and just goop that on the inside of here and connect these, and then using a zip tie just to make sure that those are going to be really squeezed together nicely. Alright, next I'm going to be taking the ground and reattaching that up onto the bed where I have a hole already. I can see it through the camera, and going to be this hole right here. So one thing I'm going to do with this white line, though, looking at how long it is, I'm going to go ahead and just shorten it up so I don't have to deal with zip tying all this extra up. So we'll go ahead and make a cut, and I'm going to use one of my other yellow connectors, and that'll just, you know, keep it looking a little cleaner. Alright, so I went ahead and screwed that up. I shortened this up quite a bit. It's all the way, it's just out of the way. No chance of it coming undone and hanging up on anything. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and hook up the brake, power brakes for trailer brakes, and this here's will be the constant power. I'll just need to go ahead and strip the wires here a little better, clean that up some, and we'll get that connected. And I do think I am going to go ahead and just cut this purple line here, throw a cap on it, just to get that up out of the way. I've never used backup lights, especially with the trailer. And alright, so I've gone ahead, got these, the power from the battery that would be ran to the trailer, so it's always on, and the power for the trailer brake connected. And I've gone ahead, clipped the purple line, which is for your backup light as well, and I've just zip tied that. I like to use zip ties quite a bit, just gets things out of the way, makes them look nicer, so I'm going to trim those up, as well as I'm going to go ahead and wrap the just some black electrical tape over this just to make sure these connectors stay together. You know, they're good already. I've tugged on them a bit, they haven't come loose, and so I'll finish up that taping, show you one last time how it all looks. Okay, so I've gone ahead and wrapped this up with some electrical tape and gone ahead and just clipped all the ends off the other zip ties that I've used. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and hope to see you around.